Hello everyone, it's your girl Tinade of Style by He. You are welcome to another beautiful tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be taking you on how to draft escape bodice. I realize we'll be needing this so much in our subsequent tutorials, so do well to follow through the tutorial and I'm very sure you'll get one or two values. So if this is your first time here, you're welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for sticking by. So I've gone ahead to draw out my starting line, and the measurement I used to draw out that starting line is my bust measurement divided by 2. I went ahead to add 2 inches to it. For instance, my bust is 34 divided by 2 is 17. So I went ahead to add 2 inches to that 17. So that's what I used to create that starting line. I further went ahead to divide my starting line into 2 equal halves so that I can have one part for my front and the other side for my back. After dividing the box into 2 equal halves, I further went ahead to bring down the 19 inches, which is 17 plus 2, 19 inches, so that I can have a complete box. So in summary, the width of that box is 19 inches and each compartment is 9.5. So you then go ahead and choose any side you want as either front or back. So this is me labeling that part, my center front, and the other side my back. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to take our half length measurement. For my front, my half length is 17, while the back is 15.5. Remember, the more bustier you are, the more the difference between your front and back length. Having drawn my front and back half length, I'll go ahead and insert my neck width, my front neck width of 3 by 3 inches. I will also go ahead and insert half of my shoulder measurement on my starting line, which is also serving as my shoulder line. On that point where I marked half of my shoulder measurement, I'll go ahead and take a shoulder slope of 1.5 inch and connect to my neck width. Please note that we use 1.5 inch as the shoulder slope for the front. So I'll move to the back part now to input all these measurements. For my back neck width, I'll be doing 3 inches, just the way we did at the front, and for the depth, I'll be doing 1 inch. Now go ahead and connect. I'll also go ahead and take half of my shoulder measurement. Then on that point, I'll come down by 1 inch shoulder slope, then connect to my neck width. Again, note the shoulder slope for the back is 1 inch. So the next vertical line I'm going to draw is my bust line, and it is my bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. So the value I got, I'll mark it from my shoulder slope. So in order for me to get a straight line, I'll go ahead and add the 1 inch shoulder slope to the value I got and then mark from my starting line, just as you see me do. Please note that the bust line should be marked at the back part, then the line will be extended to the front. So the next line I'm going to be marking now is my nipple line. It is usually 1.5 to 2 inches away from the bust line. So I'll then label that part bust line, that's my nipple line, and that's my front length. That's my back length, my bust line, okay? I will again transfer half of my shoulder measurement on my bust line so that we can have our armhole line. I will do this for both front and back. So after connecting the 2 points together, that is our armhole line. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to divide my front armhole line into 2 so that we can get our midpoint. I'll do this for both front and the back. So after getting my midpoint, I'll go ahead and mark ½ inch towards
the armhole part, just as you see me do on both front and back. So that is half-inch mark that I made at that point. Then I'll connect the half-inch mark to my shoulder line. So the next thing we are going to do now, I'll go ahead and take half of my bust span, that is the distance between one nipple point to the other one. Mine is 7.5. I'll go ahead and divide it into 2, making it 3/4, that is 3.75. So I'll go ahead and insert that measurement on my bust line and my nipple line, that to get a straight line. And this is going to be done for both front and back. I'll then go ahead and mark 0.75 on both sides of the line I just drew and connect it to my nipple line, just as you see me do. Before I impute my darts at the back, I'll go ahead and take 0.75 out on my waistline at the center back as back tightening. This is done in order to remove any form of bulge that might want to occur around the zipper part at the back. Using my mid-arm hole as a guide, I'll stop directly opposite my mid-arm hole, or you can come up 5 inches above your bust line. In order to get our dart line at the back, what we are going to be doing now is to add the 0.75 back tightening that we took out to half of our bust span measurements. 0.75 plus 3.75 will give me 4.5. So I'll go ahead and place my tape on the first line we have there, not the new line, new back slant that we just drew. On the straight line, we are going to be measuring 4.5. So I'm going to measuring 4.5 on my bust line and on my waistline. Then I'll connect it into a straight line. I'll then take 0.75 on both sides of the line and connect like so. So the next thing we are going to do now is to impute quarter of our bust measurement, quarter of our waist measurement on both the front and the back. But on my waistline, I'm going to be adding back the 1.5 inch dart that we took out. I'm going to be adding it back. Remember, 0.75 plus 0.75 is 1.5. So after taking quarter of my waist measurement, I will then add back the 1.5 inch dart. Please note the placement of my tape at the back part, okay? So if you have watched to this part and you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly click on the subscribe button now, and also click on the notification icon so that you'll be notified when I upload new tutorial. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share this video with your loved ones. Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and come in with my curve so that I'll be able to create my armhole curve. So we are almost as good as done, and the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to insert our bust darts. Remember, our front half length and our back half length are not the same. So in order to make the size match while sewing, because our front is definitely longer than our back, in order to bring these two together to match each other, we need our bust darts. So the difference between your front half length and your back half length will be what you are going to impute at the side front from the nipple line, just as you see me do. Then it will be connected to the apex of my darts. So I've gone ahead to cut out, and this is what I have. You can see the way it's looking. Sorry, my camera went off focus. So this is our basic neckline, and I'm going to be leaving it like so that it will be easy for us to easily alter it to any type of neckline when there is need for it. So make sure to pay attention to this, our basic half bodice, because there's going to be so many amazing tutorials that will be coming up using our basic half length. So don't be left out. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for always tuning into this channel. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment on this tutorial. Can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.